Yeah, good morning and welcome back to another video in 2024, the first one of the year. And where we are today, you'll see the sign in front. Welcome to our village at Burtonwood. We're in Burtonwood village today and we've just come over the tops this morning. And the reason I'm here in Burtonwood is regarding Burtonwood Brewery, which is actually going to be knocked down. And that's why I've come out today, because Burtonwood is famous. Whenever you mention Burtonwood to people, they'll always remember the RAF base in Burtonwood, which was massive in its heyday. Over 11,000 American personnel in Burtonwood Air Base. And if you ever drive down the M62, sadly not there anymore, but it was massive, a massive air base, and everybody remembers Burtonwood for the Yanks, and also for Burtonwood Brewery. And that's why we're here today, to look at Burtonwood Brewery. That's it's going to be knocked down, and it's a bit of a landmark really in Burtonwood. And my claim to fame, I'm not a Burtonwooder, before anybody says. I'm a St Helens lad through and through, but my claim to fame is I married a Burtonwooder. I married my wife who came from Burtonwood, and from my mid-20s, spent a lot of time in the pubs and all round Burtonwood, so probably am a bit of a Burtonwooder as well, because I do love the place. But we've just come over the tops, we've just come down Farm Lane, and where we're going to take you this morning on the trail, obviously we're going to finish off looking at Burtonwood Brewery. But Burtonwood as a village used to have about 5 decent, really friendly pubs in Burtonwood village, and there's only one left in Burtonwood village now as a pub. The other 2 got knocked down, and we've got 2 others just on the verge of the village as well. And the one I'm going to take you to now is one of my all-time favourites, the Fiddle in the Bag. And it's a bit of a sad tale about the Fiddle in the Bag, which I'll tell you more as we get on the trail. But when you go through Burtonwood village, you'll find lots of little places you can actually have a sit down, but a lot of flooding going on around here at the moment as well. But I'm not going to keep it running till we get to the other places. I'm going to pause it because it just gets a bit monotonous, me rambling on, and all you'll see is farmers' fields. But we're going to take a shortcut now, and I'll just show you quickly where we're going to be going to find these pubs. And I'm actually on foot this morning, so that's why I don't want to keep it running, because they're not close by, these pubs. It's going to be a bit of a walk this morning, but it's good to get some air in your lungs. And we're going to be cutting across here now, another farmer's field. But we'll keep to the perimeter, because they can be a bit touchy, some of these farmers, when it's not a right away. But if you look right over there, I'll try and keep the camera steady, there you go. And you'll see Winwick Church in the distance, where the Swan pub is right next to it. And Diane's mum and dad used to live behind Winwick Church, who lived in Burtonwood for all the married life really until they retired. So I'm going to cut it off here. I'm going to be going across this field now, and we'll take you to the first port of call this morning on Mark's Railway Trails and Places of Interest. Good to get back out on a walk. 2024, it's the first of the year. We've got loads of railway walks planned, but the weather's just been horrendous for the first month of the year. But we will be back on the railway walks when it dries up a little bit. But I'm going to pause it here, and then as we get closer to the Fiddle in the Bag, I'll carry on the story and find the places that Burtonwood Brewery used to serve, the many pubs in Burtonwood, and used to have, like I say, 5 decent pubs in Burtonwood. Sadly, in the village on its own, it's got 1, and a couple on the outskirts, but only 1 that's functional now. But I'll take you and show you those, and then we're going to end up looking at Burtonwood Brewery. which dates back to, off the top of my head, I think it's 1867. So a very old brewery, but no more beer being produced there now. They're just using it as like a bottle plant since it got sold. But I'll catch you in a bit. We're going to start on the trail and let's nip over this farmer's field. Yeah, and here we are. We've come across over the tops from right over there, and we've kind of swung round this lane here. Got the swans watching us here this morning. Think you're going to feed them. Sadly, I have no food for you guys and dolls. But we've just come over the top here, and this will bring you down to what they called Old Alder Lane, and just in front here you'll see the Fiddle in the Bag, which was such a lovely pub in its day for burtonwood breweries. And if you just look at it now, such a sad state. And this pub was used hell of a lot, especially when the air base was here as well. We'll go in and have a quick look round it as well. And so sad how it's gone, really. So very sad. And it was one of my favourites in the summer, this, in walking down from Burtonwood, and just how it's gone, really. And this talk that hopefully it is up for sale, but how the pubs have gone at the moment, it's going to take a lot of getting it back. And we'll have a nip in here and have a quick look if we can get in. We might struggle, but I think we can. But how sad how it's gone. We're going to have a little wander, we're not going to go in. And the old licence on the side, but there it is, the Fiddle in the Bag. So sad how it's gone. We'll have a walk round it, and there you go. If you just look on the side, the Fiddle in the Bag, and that would have had Burtonwood Brewery on it at one time. All boarded up now, just been left to ruin, really. But and somebody's actually broke in here and broke the door, which is so sad. If you just look in it, these would have been the toilets in the day. I remember coming in here in the toilets, but just look at it. It's just been left. So very sad. Like I said, somebody's broke in there, and I'm actually on my own today on this trail, so places like that, if I've had somebody with me, we might have had a wander in, but we're not trespassing. We just wanted to get it on the video. This used to be the car park for it here, as you can see. But yeah, the Fiddle in the Bag in summer, this was a cracking pub. They'd all be sat out here, and it's a quirky pub as well. It had loads of different settings inside, and it all used to have all the pictures of the air base and all the Yanks. So, and there's a consortium that's trying to get a bid together to buy this place, and they're trying to get a brewery to take it on, and I really hope they do take it on, because it's such a magical place, and the shell's still here, so it could be restored. But like you said, somebody's broke in there at the back, and I've no torches on me today, and I'm on my own. You know, it's not wise to go in there, because you don't know who's in there as well, and on your own I'd never, you know, do stupid things like that. If we had somebody with me with torches, we'd have had to wander in for old time's sake, but not today. So there it is, the Fiddle in the Bag, and a bit of a walk to get here, but just glad to get it on the video, really, because one, is this going to be here forever? I hope it is, I really do. But if nobody checks it, you just know what's going to happen here. There's going to be houses built on it, on this little plot. There'll be, guarantee it. But I just hope the consortium, the people that's behind it, can get a brewery to take it on. But it's not the environment at the moment with the energy costs and everything. You know, these places, to make money, you know, brewers are very reluctant to put the money where the mouth is, really. So I'm going to leave it here for Fiddle in the Bag, but just nice to see it and get it on the blog, really. I'm going to show you to another pub now. We're going to go that way over the tops, and one of the other pubs on the corner of Burtonwood Village, before we get into the village and show you the last remaining pub in Burtonwood Village. So I'll pause it here because we've got a bit of walking to do and I just don't want to ramble on walking over farmers' fields, but we're going that way and we'll pick up the pear tree. And here we go, we just cut out the farmers' fields now. It brings us to Collins Green Lane, on the touching the Burtonwood Village, really. But what it touches is another one of the pubs, the pear tree that everybody remember, and again dates back to 1883. And Burtonwood Brewery would have served this as well. It's still open from time to time. It's kind of hit and miss now. It's open, then it's not open. But again, another one of the many pubs that was touching the area, really. And if you look right at the top here, just right at the old green halls that took it on many years later, you can just see it on the top. I'll zoom into that and then you can see it. Green Halls Brewery. But originally Burtonwood Brewery would have served this, but it's changed hands not many times, this pub. Different owners, so you can see why Green Halls Brewery took it when the sign's still there. But that's another one just on the outskirts of Burtonwood Village, really. But I wanted to get it on the blog. Like I say, I've come down Collins Green, which we're going to be heading back up there now, and it'll take us back into Burtonwood Village. And bit of a walk, but I just wanted to pause it because all you'll see is farmers' fields and just gets monotonous. So pause it again, we'll head back into Burtonwood Village before we have one last look at the pear tree. Dates back to 1883. It's so nice to see the Green Halls sign just above the building. But again, another pub that it's hit and miss, and like a lot of these pubs now, and there you go. I always get pictures of pub doors. I call them pub doors on our tours, and see if people know where we are. So there it is, the pear tree door that I've walked through many times in my youth and summer months as we used to come round Burtonwood. We'll pause it here and then set her out to the pear tree before we hit back in Burtonwood Village and look at the village, and then we'll hit the brewery and see what's left of Burtonwood Brewery. I'm just walking back now into the village, and I'll zoom my camera over to here and you'll see it. The 9 arches that comes all the way through Collins Green. If you can just see it, I'll do it 10 times, and there you go, you can see the 9 arches there that comes all the way over from Collins Green. I just wanted to show you that as well as we're walking back, really. And just in the distance there you can see the 9 arches, and it's just telling you now, welcome to Burtonwood. There we go, that's one of the first signposts as you're getting back into the village. Welcome to Burtonwood. And a lot of people went mad, really, because you should have had village written on the bottom of these posts. But what a view over there for the 9 arches. We've just come that way, all the way from the pear tree pub, and we're going to be heading back into Burtonwood Village now. And There's the sign. So I'll pause it again, and I'll see you a little bit later on when we get back to Burtonwood Village. And here we are, we've landed back in Burtonwood Village now. St Michael's Parish Hall just over there. We've got the community centre right down there. The co-op that moved in, that used to be on Mercer Street for many years, just over the road. And St Michael's Church, where Diane's sister actually got married in this church. I'm going to walk you through the village now, and we're going to find the last remaining pub in the village. But we'll have a little look at St Michael's Church while we're here. And St Michael and All Angels at Burtonwood, and every second Sunday there's a service on there, but well kept. Nice to see the leather vane on top, and the clock still working as well. There's St Michael's Church. Just wanted to get that on really, and like I said, Diane's sister actually got married here. The library's still here. How long for? We don't know, because it's shutting a lot of libraries. But again, the post office was moved over to where we used to have the old post office in the corner, which I'll show you where that is. And there you go. You actually got the post office in the library now. And when we flip the camera around, this is the last remaining pub in Burtonwood, and it's called the Chapel House, next to the church. And there used to be 3 pubs in Burtonwood. Chapel House here, where you get to the corner, I'll show you where the elm tree was, and then the bridge. But this is the last remaining pub in Burtonwood now, and out of all the pubs, I wouldn't have thought this would have been the last one standing, because going back years ago, this was the white elephant, as we used to call it, because nobody went in it. But I must say they've done a cracking job, the people that's took it over, and we've had some good nights and music nights as well. So that is the last remaining pub in Burtonwood, called the Chapel House, and Burtonwood Brewery would have served that as well. But I'm going to take you down now and just show you where the other 2 pubs were. And I'll give you dates and figures, because I know you all like the dates and figures on these trails. And just show you where the 2 pubs were, which was called the Elm Tree and the Bridge. Sadly all gone now, all been knocked down, and you can guess what's took its place. Houses. Whenever land comes up, it's houses. And I'm going to show you where they were. And I've cut a lot out today, because I'm a bit conscious when I do these walks. You know, I'm walking some miles today, but it just gets a bit monotonous. If you look over there, that was the old post office, which is sadly gone. It was there for many, many years. And you can just see the counters are still in it. And there it is, the old Burtonwood post office. Chemist still here. But where you're looking now on this house here, on the corner, that was called the Elm Tree. Brand new housing estate now, as you can see. And if you look at all the houses down here, just where the last 3 houses were, was the bridge pub in Burtonwood, which was one of my favourite pubs with Diane. We used to come here regular on a Saturday night. Just here it would be, just over here would be the Bridge pub. Roy Mathias managed it, used to be a Saints player. On the corner would have been the Elm Tree, and 2 of the most popular pubs in Burtonwood. Sadly, just a housing estate now. But if you cut through here, this used to be the community centre. Used to play snooker in here, and Diane's dad used to come here regular at the weekend, playing snooker, playing dominoes and things. And it's still here, and these call it the Catholic Club, and there should be a sign on here somewhere highlighting. Oh, there you go. How good that they've kept that and put it above the door. There you go. Burtonwood Catholic Club, that used to be called. They played snooker in, they still play snooker in here. And there you go. Another pub door on our tours. And it's now called the Club Burtonwood, and for all those people that love my music videos, this is where they have the Burtonwood Festival. And if I just flip my camera around here, you'll recognise it then. And it's called the Club Burtonwood. And they have some terrific music nights in here. There's the sign just above the door that you can see, and then they have it all around here as well. So just a great setting really that they've kept it. I'm not going to flick round, but on the corner there we've got the Village Friar hairdressers, and that's everything that's virtually in Burtonwood now. Burtonwood Village. So there where all the pubs were that gets to the tail that I'm going to take you to now and show you. This is the busiest corner in the village, where all the cars are going down now. The old schoolhouse is still here as well on the corner, and there is the primary school used to be on the corner over there as well. The old co-op used to be down Mercer Street, and they moved it in right into the village, right into the middle. So that's a little tour of Burtonwood Village really, just to give you a feel of how many pubs Burtonwood Brewery kind of looked after. So I'm going to pause it here now, and we're going to walk round to Burtonwood Brewery, and let's see what's happening to the old place. And again, we're just walking back, and like I said, you'll see these all around Burtonwood village, little places where we can sit in summer, and so nice to see. But let's head on to Burtonwood Brewery and let's see what's left of it. There we go, we're just coming out of Burtonwood Village now, and again I've not left it running because you'll just see lanes and country fields, because Burtonwood is just surrounded by green belt, and that is so nice to see. I've just coming down one of the lanes now, so I've cut it off, and been a bit of a walk today, to be honest with you. Needed it to try, to get the fitness back as well, but I've been out a good 2 hours so far this morning on this trail, and a lot of it's just walking to get to the places, and I didn't want to keep it running. I just wanted to get to the places of interest and get them on the video really. So I'll flip my camera around. This will bring us down one of the lanes that we're coming out of Burtonwood now, just where was at Burtonwood Community Centre, or where was the bench was on the corner with the flowers. If you follow that road down, it just brings you down this country lane, and there's not much of a walk path on here, so you've got to be careful because the cars do fly down. And this will bring us to Burtonwood Brewery, which is in Burtonwood, and let's see what's happening to the old brewery. And I'll give you facts and figures later, and I'm going to show you the new part of the brewery first before we hit the old part. And hopefully there's a sign here when we get round, which I know there will be because I've passed it many times, but them who's watching. And there you go, Thomas Hardy, Burtonwood Brewery. And if you're looking behind the trees, we'll go and look at that side in a minute. You'll see the old chimney stack that's still there, but we'll take a right. You've got to be careful here because they fly around. We'll look at the new part first, and what's happened to Burtonwood Brewery. I'll give you some facts and figures as we go along. They're using it more as a bottle plant now since it was sold So there's no actual beer brewed on this site as far as I know now. It's more of a bottling plant where they bottle all the beer. But we'll have a look at the entrance here. And this is the part that's staying when I've done research on Burtonwood Brewery. And if we see anybody on the door, we'll see if we can ask a few questions, and you know, you might get told to do one, but as always on Mark's Railway Trails, we're not bothered, you know, you get these things on the video. But we'll ask a few questions. Down that road just takes you to Collins Green, if you remember where the Pear Tree pub was, so it just shows you how close you were. And here we are at Thomas Hardy Burtonwood Brewery, and as you can see, this is a new part that's staying, and we'll ask a few questions here, and these guys will give you more information on it, hopefully. If there's somebody in the office, hopefully there is. There might not be. Hopefully there could be somebody on there. There's no security on, but we'll not go in. But this is a new part that's staying, and they've got the barriers up here, but there's nobody on, so. And you can just see it's more of a bottling plant that they use now. And I'll give you some dates and stuff. But what we're going to be heading now is in that direction. If you can just see the stack, and I'll give you some facts and figures. Alright, mate. I'm only doing a video over there, mate, but I just didn't want to wander on without seeing you.
What are you doing?
I do local places of interest for Burtonwood and things, you know. So, yeah, but I didn't want to do it without asking, you see. So they're keeping this new plant, aren't they?
Yeah.
And that's the old one that obviously is going. That's yeah. And they're just going to extend that, are they? Or is it going to be houses? Oh, good. Yeah, yeah, good. So it's on this plant, and he's still going to brew beer here, or is it just more of a bottling plant? And
more of a bottling plant.
Yeah, yeah.
But this talk was going to be a cannery as well, which is a huge investment.
A huge investment, which is good for the area, you know. Yeah. But no, I just didn't want to come on and just, you know, I'll go and have a wander around there. Yeah, thanks for out, mate. Cheers, thank you. That's the security man there. And these guys will tell you all the information, really. And that's why I always like asking these people, because they'll tell you, and if you're nice, you know, they say just wandering around where you can. But like you said, it's going to be huge investment on this site, and thank God it's not going to be houses. Keeping the tradition. So there you go, Thomas Hardy Burtonwood. And I'll give you some facts and figures while I'm here, actually, before we look and go and have a look at the old site. It's going to start chucking it down any minute. But yeah, Burtonwood Brewery, what we're on now, was founded in 1867 by James and Jane Forshaw. Built up to a large estate, and it's classed as Burtonwood Brewery. 1964, Burtonwood Brewery became a public company and retained its head office in Burtonwood Village, obviously. 1998, a joint venture with Thomas Hardy Holdings, and that's the name that you see on the plaque today, and they call it Thomas Hardy Burtonwood. 1999, they sold most of the pubs to Banks Brewery and Mason's Brewery Company. And 2005, Coors UK and Ireland purchased the brewing and kegging operation from Thomas Hardy, and that's what the guys say now. It's going to be a major investment for like a kegging of beers, really. So that's what's happened to Burtonwood Brewery plant, for all those that's asking. The pub side of the business, going back, this place used to supply about 460 pubs at its peak time. So you can just see how big it was. 1925, Hickson's Brewery came on board And the name that you'll all remember in 1949 came on board was Tetley Walker. Well, let's have a walk round and see the old place and see what's left of it. But I just wanted to show you the new place really first. And the security guy there, nice to have a chat, and them guys will know all about it and give you all the details. And as Coles took it over, I think it was 2021, they announced that they were closing the old Burtonwood brewery. And this is what we've come to see today. And to find out what was happening to the old place, because I've drove past this place so many times over the years, from being a young lad, cycled through here as well. So let's go and have a look at the old Burtonwood brewery, what's left of it, and hopefully there's going to be some signs and that we can get before it's completely flattened and gone forever. That's where we've come from, Burtonwood Village. I know a lot of people that watch this will know it, but people like Charlie Collins and Tony Redmond, Andrew Wilder, Simon, they won't know these areas, and that's why I try and give them a bit of a tour. And there you go, Thomas Hardy, Burtonwood, that we mentioned before. Well, let's have a walk around and see what we can see on a wet Sunday morning. But we've just made up that it's not going to be a housing estate. We've so made up about that. Oh, and here we go. They're completely flattening it now. Flipping it. There you go, the diggers are in. It's gone. It's gone. Take a minute there and just look at it all. It's completely gone. But thankfully we got here to see the remaining buildings that still got the original signs. Burtonwood. And quality and distinction since 1867. Burtonwood still here, we've still got it before they flattened it. I'm so glad to get here before it completely gone, because it's landmarks that we've grown up with really. And I doubt we'll get in here today, but there's not a lot to see, but we'll have a wander. There you go, completely trashed. Look at it, all the lovely buildings that were here, conference rooms. Now, I remember coming to Burtonwood Brewery once on a conference, but just completely gone now. Look at that. We'll probably hit it at a different angle. I just hope they're keeping, I can't see it, that chimney stack staying, but we've got it on the video, which is good. And you just see all the diggers there, all completely gone. We'll try and hit it from a different angle actually. If we hit it from the other side, we might just be able to get a bit closer in, but there you go. I'm just having a minute looking at it because it's completely gone, isn't it? Completely gone. And this used to be a massive car park, and the directors' names are all up here, and the car park used to go right back, but now it's just a building site. Just a building site. And there you go, Thomas Hardy, Burtonwood. Just shots like this, it's great getting pictures. Sadly gone. But we'll get it from another angle, we'll go around and get another angle, and so good to get that on. Still get still on that, because burtonwood on. A bit of a journey today on this trail. I didn't know how it was going to work out, but you can just see. Glad to get that building on because that's going to be flattened shortly, like the rest of it. We're going to have a walk around from the other side and just see what we can see. But we got here just in the nick of time, really, before all this has gone forever. But at least they're keeping it as a bottling plant, which is going to be good. Well, let's have a wander down. I want to get near that chimney stack and have a look at that. And what I thought was going to be a short video really is going to turn into a good 3/4 of an hour. All the miles we've covered today. If you remember, we started right on the corner with a sign, "Welcome to Burtonwood Village," over to the farmer's fields. There's his name again, Thomas Hardy Burtonwood. And I hope they keep these. They should keep these. Because it's local history of Burtonwood area, to be honest with you. We'll go round and go around the car park and see what we can find. But I hope they keep a lot of the signs. No, we're not going to get. We'll get a bit closer, we'll get another angle on it from the other side. We ain't going to get in there today. And we've got security on, so you don't push your luck. And we can see everything we want to see, so. But yeah, a bit of a journey today. And the fiddle in the bag, you know. Like I said, if he had somebody with me and he had my torches, I probably would have had a look round the fiddle, but you don't know who's booted that door in. Any drug users all in there. You don't know. You don't risk it. You don't risk your own health. And I always say that to people, when you do these trails, if you're going somewhere quiet that you're not sure of, especially the railway walks or tunnels, go with somebody and always let people know where you're going. Just for your own safety really. But here we are. So you can see that's the new side. And then as we come over here, we're hitting the side that's been demolished. And it's going to be gone forever, so. And what I'll do at the end of this video, I'll put a load of slides, what it used to be like, for the people that don't know it. Like I said, like Charlie and Tony, they can see it. But just look at the chimney stack there. Is that going to be kept? I would say not. I would hope they would. If I'm going to ask the question on that, I hope they would keep that. And you can just see, get my camera in it, you can just see the hole in it now. There we go. See it a bit better, I'll just get it off 10 times. There you go, you can just see it. Wow. That's going to be gone forever, but it's going to be a new bottling plant, like the security man told me. And just look at all the metal there and everything, and wow. I just hope to keep that chimney stack for old time's sake really and build around it, but I hope they do. But maybe it's very hard to, but let's wait and see on that one. And but yeah, what a journey today on the trail really. Good couple of hours walk, and I've got a good 40 minutes walk back home now. But there it is, Burtonwood Brewery. In its heyday served about 400 pubs, sadly gone, but nice to get it on the record really. But yeah, Coles UK announced closure to the brewery in 2021, and it's going to be used as a bottling and packaging business operation. as Thomas Hardy Brewing and Packaging, and I hope they keep that name. 150 years of beer production comes to an end, sadly, and it dates back to 1867. Part of our history of Burtonwood, really. And all the brewing got transferred to other sites in the UK, and they use this as more of a bottling, but as the security guy just told us, they're going to use it like a kegging thing as well, kegging the beer, so that'd be nice to see. But yeah, thanks for watching this trail this morning. I've enjoyed it, a bit of a walk, visiting some of the old places, fiddle in the bag. I'll show you some cracking pictures on the slideshow afterwards. Last look, there's a security guy in his little hut, and what a nice little job that is. Yew Tree Library Yard across the road, and right over there is the fiddle in the bag, the pear tree down there, the brewery, and I hope they keep that name, Thomas Hardy Burtonwood. They've got to do, I hope they do. And we're going to walk it back up here, and I'll give you some facts and figures. We'll have a stand here, get a breather for a moment. But to all the pubs, from the pear tree down there, the fiddle in the bag right over the fields, you go over here into the village, you would have hit the Bridge pub, which I showed you before, which was next to the Elm Tree pub, and then as you walked further down, you hit the Chapel House pub, which is still here today, and it's the last pub standing in actual Burtonwood village, and it's the one that if you'd have put money on years ago, I'd have thought that would be the first one to close. But sadly, when Marsons took over the brewery, they didn't invest in the pubs, they let it run down, and then they took a quick book because they wanted it for houses, and they sold the two pubs. And just going on the Bridge pub, January the 4th 2014, they shut, and they were knocked down the same year. But 10 years ago, you wouldn't think that, would you, for everybody that lives around here? 10 years, the Bridge and the Elm have gone, and they're just down there. Well, let's have a last look at the old brewery. I know you love all the old dates, and but yeah, 2014 we got demolished those two pubs. I've got to walk it all the way back home now, which is going to be a nice walk, to be honest. It's not rained today, it's been good, and a good video revisiting some of the places. But yeah, 2014, the Bridge and the Elm got flattened. January the 4th, they both closed on the same day. People asking about the fiddle in the bag, 2018 that closed, and that's not looking promising. I just hope that they can, somebody takes the fiddle in the bag on, because it's such a landmark and it's such a great pub, but looking at it, it's looking very unlikely. It's been quite a few years now. Like I say, have to be careful around here because you just shoot round. There we go, one last look at the place. But so sad, but James and James Forshaw, who built this business up, will be turning the graves if they've seen it now. And there it is, the last video of the old place, and it's them who built the estate up, really. And so very sad. Like I say, 1999 he sold the pubs to Banks Beers and Marsons Beer Company. 2015, Coors UK Ireland purchased the brewing and kegging operation from Thomas Hardy, and that's when it went, really. But We'll have a last wander over. Now, ironic that there's a door stuck in a pile of sand. So sad. So very, very sad. There you go. They took the signs off it, which is sad, but it looks like a grave, doesn't it? And that's probably what it is. A grave site for what was Burtonwood Brewery. So from all the people today that's been on the trail with me, I hope you enjoyed it, and get a last look at this place from seeing our Burtonwood village as well. It's so sad in its day. It used to have 2 newsagents, a baker's, a butcher's, a wool shop, a laundrette, 3 pubs, 2 clubs, a betting shop, petrol station. It's got its own graveyard, and we used to have our own police bobby on the area. And for all those that know Burtonwood area, his name was Bobby Hockey, was the local policeman, and everybody knew him apparently. I don't remember him, but Diane's mum and dad used to tell me about it. So that's it today from Mark's Railway Trails. We're going to head home on a wet and windy Sunday, and to Thomas Hardy at Burtonwood Brewery Limited. Let's hope they keep the name, and we'll come back and revisit this when it's all been sorted out. But as we know, it's going to be a new bottling plant. It's not going to be houses for all those people asking, and which is nice to see. So I'm going to head back now, walk it home. We've got about a 40-minute walk home, so I've been out for about 3 hours today. So that's the story of Burtonwood Brewery, where it started and how it ended. And I hope you enjoyed all the pubs and the little trails that we've done today. Like I say, I've cut a lot of the walking out, it just gets monotonous, and it was more about the brewery today at Burtonwood. And like I said, I'm a St Helens lad through and through, but I think because I've married a Burtonwooder and spent a lot of time in Burtonwood, maybe I can just be classed as a half Burtonwooder. But for all those people that go on about Burtonwood, and you got a new housing estate over there, Bold, and a lot of people on Bold Estate say they're Burtonwooders. They're not. They're from St Helens. They live in St Helens. They're not Burtonwooders, but they like to think they are. But the real Burtonwooders, as Diane will tell you, you go down here and you're in Burtonwood. And I'll tell you a little story before I finish the video. When I first started going out with Diane, and the first time I went into Burtonwood village, if you remember the old film American Werewolf in London, when they went in the old pub and everybody looked at you and wouldn't talk to you, that was Burtonwood in the 80s. They didn't like people from outside the village, and honestly it took a couple of weeks before people got used to me, because I was going out with a Burtonwooder and they got to know you, and gradually they accepted you. But that's how it used to be. Burtonwood was a very tight community. It looked after its own, and you know what, it probably still does. And it's a little village that I love coming back to and having a drink on the music nights at the clubhouse and the other little pubs. So for Mark's Railway Trails, I'm starting to waffle from Burtonwood Brewery. I'll see you on the next one. I think it's going to be a railway walk, and I'm looking forward to them. But nice to get this on the blog, and we'll come back and see what happens to the old place. I just hope we keep the old little chimney stack there, and I think looking at it they probably won't, but I hope they do. We'll see you on the next one, somewhere on a railroad trail hopefully, and thanks for watching, and I'm going to head back home, so see you on the next one.